All right, welcome back, everybody, to Muddy Waters Stadium on the campus of Hillsdale in Hillsdale, Michigan. Jim Measle, Dan Beischer with you. Our 10th year together.
Yeah, 10 years, Jim. Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much, and congratulations for the nice honor you got from Michigan International Speedway a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I did my last race. I've been involved in racing one way or the other on the business end and sometimes on the track. I wasn't very good on the track, but that was my last rodeo, working in the media center as a pit note reporter and a parade starter and celebrity escorter. And
but you got a few stories.
Oh, yeah, with Kid Rock and Leanne Rimes and Muhammad Ali and Adam Sandler. Yeah, I've had some fun up there, that's for sure. Hey, how about this? The volleyball team beat Lake Erie College 3-0. And a halftime scores, Indianapolis beating Ashland 13-10. And here's a surprise, Saginaw Valley with their first night game because they got lights up there now in Saginaw. 24-14 over Ferris State. And as we get set here for the second half between the Chargers and the Lakers in front of a big home crowd.
And again, earlier this afternoon in the GLIAC, in case you missed the scores earlier, Northern Michigan, we understand now that was a double overtime victory for the Wildcats as they defeated Findlay 30-23, and so that made the long ride back to Marquette a little bit more enjoyable. Wow, Marquette to Findlay, that's a two-day trip there as the Chargers come back onto the field. Wayne State blasted Tiffin 55-0. Watch out for Wayne State this year. Ohio Dominican with a surprise, 44-30. They beat Northwood, and Michigan Tech up in Holden knocked off Lake Erie 41-10. And there's a long ride from Holden back to Lake Erie.
Wow. Hey, well, this game, even though the Chargers got a 21-14 lead here, Jimmy, we got to remember the Lakers. 4 national championships, 6 national championship game appearances, 10 Division II playoff appearances, a 40-game win streak, 6 undefeated regular seasons, 8 conference championships, and 6 Harlan Hill finalists. And, of course, the Harlan Hill is Division II's answer to the Heisman Trophy. So Matt Mitchell, head coach Matt Mitchell of the Lakers, he's got a heck of a program. And, boy, I'll tell you, whenever you go up to Lubbers Stadium at Grand Valley and play in front of anywhere from 10 to 15,000 folks, it's quite an experience. And the Lakers are not going to roll over in this game. You can count on it. They're going to come back strong.
Well, there is another college football game going on in the state of Michigan tonight besides this one. It's just down the road in Ann Arbor. And a guy who used to coach at Grand Valley a few years ago, Brian Kelly, his Fighting Irish of Notre Dame leading Michigan 7-0 in the first. But the game that everybody is concerned with here at Muddy Waters Stadium is at the half. We're a couple minutes away from the start of the second half with the Hillsdale Chargers leading 21-14. The Lakers opened the scoring as Lorman scored from 9 yards out with 11:13 to go in the first. But then the Chargers responded with a couple of short touchdowns by Joe Glendenning from 1 and 2 yards out. So it was 14-7 Chargers after one. Mifsud threw a 23-yard touchdown pass, a screen pass to Glendenning. McGreevy tacked on the PAT with 8:31 to go in the first half, 21-14 Chargers. But on the next play from scrimmage, the Lakers struck as Parling hit Johnson with a 71-yard touchdown pass. That was just 16 seconds after the Chargers have scored. And so it's 21-14 Hillsdale at the half.
Hey, I understand from our producer-director, Ted Matko, that before this season is out, and certainly before next season begins, we're going to go all digital. We're going to have graphics on the screen.
Ooh.
We're going to have some really neat stuff. And that's kind of exciting. We've had to work in the analog world here while everybody else is on digital. We may actually go live streaming, so you don't really have to go on the America One network. We'll just see how all that works out. It could happen for the last game of the season here, but it just might not be until the beginning of next season. We'll just have to see how that plays out. But we're kind of excited about that. Hey, we want to welcome Ben and Donna McGowan down in Naples, Florida. They're watching the game tonight. Their daughter, Andy, is a sophomore here at Hillsdale College. And she works for the Charger head coach Keith Otterbein, running the camera, taping the game. So welcome Ben and Donna McGowan.
And some first half stats unofficially. We had Hillsdale with 11 first downs, 4 for Grand Valley. Hillsdale with the edge in rushing yardage. Of course, most of them came from Bach. 98 yards for the Chargers, 59 for the Lakers. Norman had most of those yards on the first possession. Passing yardage, edge for Hillsdale, 150 to 118. So total yards, Hillsdale 248, Grand Valley State 177.
Well,
go ahead, Dan.
I was just going to say in their last possession, the Chargers were driving, picked up a first down, and now they get the ball to start the second half. We'll have to see, of course, but I know the Charger faithful are hoping they could go down and put another one in the end zone. Here's the kickoff.
Ida Rosa boots it, and it's going to be Hickson at the 11. Hickson up the gut. Hickson out to the 25, to the 30, and he's sent flying as he comes up to about the 31-yard line. But a nice return by Hickson. Decent field position for the Chargers to start the second half.
Yeah, a little kind of thing going on there. A couple of the Lakers, they're just not very happy about the situation, and they're doing a little bit of jawing at the Hillsdale sideline. That's football, folks.
They're probably saying, we're here all night. We're here all night. 21-14 Chargers as we start the second half. 1st and 10 from the 32. Play fake. No, it's a handoff. I beg your pardon.
Well, it looked like a play fake, but it was a handoff to Glenn Denning, and once again, it didn't go anywhere.
Again, they continue to struggle running the ball between the tackles.
No gain.
And that brings up 2nd down and 10 for the Chargers at their own 32. Just underway here in the second half. Hillsdale on top, 21-14.
I think Joe's only had maybe 1 or 2 runs where he actually gained more than 3 or 4 yards.
We got him for 27 yards on 16 carries. Again, he's just not been able to run downhill tonight like we have seen him in the past. But give credit to that Laker defense. And that end around is smelled out this time. They went for a big play earlier, but not this time. Bach is dropped for a loss at the 26, and so the Laker defense coming out with smoke rolling out of their nostrils.
Yeah, that was Danny Richard, their All-American. Boy, he was in on that play. As you can see right here, he smelled that. He knew what was going down and was there to stop it. So big 3rd and long for the Chargers.
3rd and 16 for Hillsdale. They need the 42. Lakers would love to get a 3 and out here. 3 wide receivers to the left. Hillsdale leading 21-14. 1 setback. Now he goes in motion. So naked backfield. Mifsud under a rush, in trouble, and Sacarino down he goes to the 16-yard line. And the Laker defense makes a statement, a big-time statement. Danny Richard with a sack all the way back to the 16-yard line.
Yeah, you knew that they were going to come out strong. There's no easy going when you're playing Grand Valley State.
I would imagine Matt Mitchell and his staff were using a whip and chair a few times in that halftime locker room to get their team going. All right, the Lakers will get some decent field position here. Here's the punt, and it's a dandy. It's going to turn over. Fair catch at midfield, taken at the 49-yard line of the Lakers, so they will have a short field to work with as a fair catch was called there by Reggie Williams.
Yeah, this is another big challenge for the Charger defense. You know, almost nobody has picked Hillsdale to win this game. And all the accolades have gone to Grand Valley State. But thus far, the Chargers have done a really good job. But this opening possession, they didn't get anything.
In fact, they lost 15 yards. The Laker defense snarling on that opening Hillsdale possession of the second half. Slot left, 1st down for the Lakers at their own 49. Here's Parling with a play-action fake. All night the throw, and he wants it all, and he overthrew his guy by a good 5 yards.
Yeah, he sure did.
A little bit too much mustard on that pass, intended for Augustus.
Caraba back there to help out.
So that'll bring up 2nd down and 10 for Grand Valley State at their own 49. They trail 21-14 with 12:41 to go in the third quarter.
Also, Tyler Sandler, 6 foot, 199-pound senior, was back to defend.
And now we have an official timeout before the snap. And what is this all about? Well, apparently one of the Hillsdale players had a helmet issue, so they reset the play clock, and now the Lakers can take their time getting this play off. Parling will go under center on 2nd and 10. Man in motion is Andrew Lorman. And it's an option look. It's a handoff off the right side and only a yard. Well, that play worked well in the first quarter. Lorman ran wild off the right side, but this time he only gained a yard.
Well, looks like the Hillsdale coaching staff might have made a little adjustment to stop that play. So they got a 3rd and long. Chargers trying to get the crowd fired up, and they've done that.
Yeah, here comes the 12th man. You can probably hear him in the background.
Another big, it seems just about every 3rd down play is a big one for the Charger defense.
Trying to make it difficult for the Laker offense to communicate here. 3rd and 9 from the 50. They'll keep it on the ground. Lorman is drilled at the 49-yard line.
A linebacker, Brett Pache.
Oh, did he bring the house?
Yeah, he sure did. He just stopped him like right on a dime.
Now, kids, you young football players, this is how you tackle. Look at that. Helmet to the side, drive that man into the ground.
And that was a great tackle, textbook tackle. And you can credit linebacker coach John Lindsay for that tackle.
So they will punt it. Ida Rosa in to punt it away. They faked a punt earlier that blew up in their face and led to a Hillsdale touchdown. On 4th and 8, he'll run to the right again. It gets off a line drive. Hickson will let it bounce, and this will go inside of the 5, and Grand Valley will pin the Chargers inside of the 5-yard line. They will spot it down just short of the 4. So Ida Rosa did his job.
45-yard punt.
Well, he sure did.
Wasn't pretty, but it was like one of those Lee Trevino golf shots. A line drive that winds up 10 feet from the cup.
If I were the Charger coaching staff, I'd want to stay away from Danny Richard.
Yeah, he was. He's in a bad humor right now.
Yes, he is. He's over on that right side in a defensive line.
First down from the 4. Got to be careful down here now. And they put 8 guys in the box. Mifsud in the end zone. Has his man at the 10, and driving to the 13-yard line is Andrew Mott. So they get out of the shadow of their own goalpost and pick up 9 yards in the play.
Well, that was a heck of a play. Good pass by Mifsud. As you can see right here, Mott hauls it in and then drives, keeps those feet going, and he picked up a couple of extra yards.
8 players now with at least 1 reception for the Chargers tonight. Quick snap on 2nd and 1, and Glendenning looking for the first down. It's going to be awfully close. It all depends on the spot, and where they're putting it down, it may be enough. They had to get the ball to just shy of the 14, and it's over the 14.
First down.
First down, all right.
And that's another Charger first down.
So, the Lakers did a good job of pinning the Chargers back, but the Hillsdale's on the move. They're still inside their own 20-yard line at the 14, but they're on the move.
Not out of jail yet here. It's at the 14, first down, and he'll keep it on the ground. And Glendenning squeezes his way over the 15 up to about the 17, maybe I'll put it down to the 17. So give him 3 yards.
Yeah, about 3 yards on that carry for Joe.
We come down to 10 minutes to play in the third quarter. And that'll bring up 2nd down and 7 for the Chargers. Look at that shot there from our camera guys.
That's a good shot. Right down the line of scrimmage.
Slot right on 2nd and 7. And Mifsud in the shotgun, long count. Now Anthony rolling to his left, and he throws it into the Grand Valley bench, incomplete. As it was intended on the far side for Brett Miller. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Chargers.
Actually, I think it's going to be 3rd and 8. Well, somewhere in there, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8.
Well, they got to get the ball to just over the 24-yard line.
Well, the guy that's been doing most of the damage to the Lakers has been number 17, senior Nick Hickson. Yep. He's going to come wide to the right.
He'll split to the right side. In the slot is White. Out of the shotgun on 3rd and 7. Mifsud looking, scrambling, and he's going to get sacked. Ooh, he got clobbered at the 9-yard line. They try to hold him back as long as they could, but he can't keep Richard out of there forever. And he got the sack. Oh, boy, that's the senior from West Bloomfield taking over this ball game.
Yeah, he sure has. And I'll tell you, Mifsud is not happy right now, you can tell. As he takes his helmet off, comes to the sideline, and he gets the snap. He's looking downfield. All of a sudden, everything closed down, and boom, he got hammered by number 1. Here's a great punt.
And a fair catch at the Hillsdale 43-yard line. So a very short field for this Laker offense as they have a chance again to tie the game. We have 8:56 to go in the third quarter. Hillsdale leading 21-14. Lakers defense with a couple of stout stands here on the first 2 Hillsdale possessions of this second half. Heath Parling, academic all-conference player, under center for Grand Valley State's Lakers. And Parling will hand it off, and off the right side, running room to the 30, to the 25, and down to the 23-yard line. A 20-yard pickup for Norman Shuford, a junior from Farmington Hills.
Yeah, they've been talking about him in preseason, saying that he was a pretty decent running back, and he showed it right there going off the right side. The Lakers are threatening.
Nope. That was number 5 again. That was Lorman. Man, I tell you, I apologize, folks, but these uniforms are kind of hard to pick out with these skinny numbers. So that was, for the record, Lorman carrying the ball on first down. Andrew Lorman picking up 20 yards and a first down for the Lakers. The ball is at the Hillsdale 23-yard line. Play action fake. Parling's got time. He'll scramble. He'll run. He's to the 20. He's to the 15 and knocked out of bounds there. Look out, Mr. Photographer. Parling picking up 8 yards on that play. First time he's run the ball tonight. And the Lakers are in the red zone looking to tie the game. It's now 2nd and 2 at the Hillsdale 15-yard line with 8:13 to go in the third quarter. So no huddle.
What the Chargers are hoping for here is maybe a turnover.
Well, they came up to the line, and now Parling will look over to the bench to get the play. Plenty of time on the play clock, 15 seconds. Off balance side to the left, 2nd and 2 from the 15. And they keep it on the ground. It's Lorman, first down and plenty more, down to the 5.
Boy.
The Lakers have come out with fire in their eyes here, and they've controlled the second half so far. A 10-yard pickup for Lorman. First down Lakers, first and goal from the 5.
So he just finds that little hole and picks his way through there. And big play here.
I bet he'll run it again.
Well, they're going to try to keep it on the ground as much as they can.
Also in the backfield is number 14, Blair Hollis for Grand Valley State. Off balance side to the left. It's Lorman again. Lorman this time is hemmed in and dropped behind the line of scrimmage by Hickson for a loss of 2. It'll bring up 2nd and goal. And also in on the tackle for the Chargers was Tyler Sadner.
Sadner, once again, a senior, doing a good job in that defensive backfield.
It's at the 7. Sorry, Dan.
That's okay. Go for it.
It's at the 7, 2nd and goal. Again, they come up quickly to the line and look over towards the bench to get the play. Plenty of time on the play clock, 11 seconds. 2nd and goal from the 7. Lakers looking to get the tying touchdown here. And Parling's pass is going to be incomplete, flag, and that's going to be a pass interference against Hillsdale. There was all kinds of contact there on the far side.
They're going to call it on Caraba.
And they are talking it over. The officials are. Both guys were battling. We'll hear from the guy in the white hat.
Pass interference, defense, number 26. The foul occurred in the end zone. By rule, the ball is placed at the 2-yard line. First down.
That's only the third penalty of the night. 2 against Hillsdale, 1 against the Lakers. So spot the ball at the 2. First and goal for Grand Valley State, looking to tie the game. Now the Lakers get their personnel out there. They've got, let's see, they got 5, 8, they got 11. Lots of time on the play clock, and they'll get the signals from the bench on the far side. 13, 12, 11, 10. They may have to hustle up here a little bit. Down to 9, 8. Quickly to the line they come. Parling under center. Parling will take the snap. And under a rush from Veer, he's in as he throws. It's a dangerous pass. It's incomplete. And Veer brought the wood on that one.
Yeah, he sure did. Joe Veer on a blitz. They call the blitz package, and look at here. Nobody, boom, he hit him. And that ball was almost intercepted at the goal line.
One of the down linemen almost got it. 6:24 to go, and now before the Lakers get up to the line, the official stop play.
Please reset the game clock to 6:30. 6:30.
All right, that was that issue, and that'll be rectified. The ball is at the 2. Second and goal for Grand Valley State.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Second and goal for the Lakers as they look to tie the game. 24. They check that 21-14 favor Hillsdale. One step back behind Parling, and they're going to check off here. Parling goes back under center. Lots of time on the play clock. 13 seconds. Second and goal from the 2. Parling throws, and it's going to be a touchdown for Grand Valley State.
Well, Caraba did everything he could without interfering. He just couldn't get up high enough. That receiver is a pretty tall young man.
Javon Augustus outleaped the defender, and the Lakers are an extra point away from tying this football game. And that's the first catch of the night for Augustus. All right, waiting for the extra point. And here is the PAT attempt by Stokes. It's in the air, and it's good, and we're tied. 21-21 with 6:25 to go in the third quarter.
Well, now it gets really interesting. This is where can the Chargers answer? Can they get off the so-called schneid, whatever a schneid is? We've discussed that before. But with their running game and make something happen. Well, Hickson and Glendenning are going to go back to receive, Jim. And you can bet the Lakers are fired up now. After being down by 2 touchdowns, they've come back to tie this thing up. We're all knotted up, 21 apiece. 42 points been scored in this contest at Frank Muddy Waters Stadium.
Well, I don't know what Grand Valley State coach Matt Mitchell told his team at halftime, but whatever he said, the message was delivered and then some, because this is a very different Grand Valley State team out here in the second half. They were somewhat lethargic in the first half as Hillsdale built a 21-7 lead. And then Parling hit the big play with Johnson from 71 yards out, and that seemed to settle the Lakers down after they have fallen behind by 2 scores. Here's the boot, and it's coming down to Hickson at the 14. Waits for his blocking to get set up, and he's down to the 26-yard line. So that's where Hillsdale will start at their own 26, and definitely Grand Valley State is at the edge in field position in the second half. We have a Laker player slow getting up, but he's up now. That's number 27. That's Derek Knight, and he'll jog off. He appears to be all right. All right, first down for Hillsdale at their own 26-yard line, and they're trying to get their mojo back here after Grand Valley State tied the game.
Well, field general Anthony Mifsud comes up to the line of scrimmage, Jim. He's going to have to make something happen here.
Need a couple of first downs. He cannot afford a 3-and-out here. Now they put 6 men up on the line. Here's a play action fake, and he'll fire down the middle, and it's a diving catch at the 45-yard line by Andrew Mott.
That was Matt Bryan at quarterback, number 12.
It was Matt Bryan. I beg your pardon.
The senior. I don't know. This is like a replay of last week when Bryan came in the second half, replacing Mifsud, who went out and he's a little dehydrated. So we'll see what's going on here.
Well, he did take a couple of pops on the last possession, and here's a handoff to Glendenning, and again, nothing between the tackles. Glendenning stopped for no gain at the 45-yard line, brings up 2nd and 10 for Hillsdale. 5:35 to go in the third quarter. We're tied at 21. The clock is moving.
Well, I'm looking for Mifsud on the sideline, and I don't see him. Where is he? Well, he's over here on our right side somewhere.
So Matt Bryan, senior from Carrollton, Ohio, now running the Charger offense. 2nd down and 10 for Hillsdale at their own 45-yard line, 10 on the play clock. Bryan barking out the signals under center. And up the middle they go, nothing doing again. 1 yard for Glendenning, that is it. And boy, you got to tip your hat to that Laker defense. They have stopped Joe Glendenning cold tonight.
He hasn't had a whole lot of room to run, has he, Jim?
He's carried the ball 20 times for 32 yards.
Oh, boy.
So we're down to 4:40 to go in the third quarter. Tied at 21, the Chargers face 3rd and 9 from their own 46. They'll go with 2 wide receivers here to the near side. Now the Laker defense showing a blitz perhaps on the near side. Watch the guy here, now he drops back. And here's Bryan back, steps up in the pocket, throws down the middle, intercepted. Intercepted to the 40, down the near side to the 50, to the 40, to the 35, to the 30, and all the way down to the Hillsdale 25-yard line. It is Derek Johnson, or Eric Thompson, I beg your pardon. Eric Thompson with the pick.
Well, Matt Bryan just missed his receiver completely. He got a little excited there in the backfield and overthrew his receiver. And that's going to cost the Chargers big time, Jim.
First turnover of the night for Hillsdale, and it's a costly one. Eric Thompson just playing center field back there, a strong safety. And he made a nice return following the pick. He got it down to the Hillsdale 26, and so here we go. Grand Valley State with a wonderful opportunity to take the lead. With 4:13 to go here in this third quarter. Slot right formation. Harling the quarterback. Out of the gun, pumps, he wants it all down the middle. Got a man in the end zone and missed connections. Incomplete.
Whoa. Veer was there, but the pass was just off the mark. You can see Heath Parling going back right here, and he fakes once. Fires a strike, but it was just out of the reach of the intended receiver. Here come the Lakers.
Johnson, the intended receiver. Those two hooked up on a 71-yard touchdown pass earlier. 2nd and 10 for Grand Valley State. They keep it on the ground, and up the middle they go to the 23-yard line. A gain of 3 on the play. They'll bring up 3rd and 7 as the ball carrier was Andrew Lorman.
Brought down by Brett Pashy, again, the linebacker.
Lorman now 70 yards on 12 carries tonight. 3rd down and 7 for Grand Valley State at the Hillsdale 23. They need the 16. We're down to 3 minutes and 40 seconds to go in the third quarter. Tied at 21. Grand Valley's at the edge and play here in the second half. 15 in the play clock. And Parling waits for the snap out of the shotgun. Maybe checking off here.
Timeout.
They're going to burn a timeout.
Timeout on the field. Grand Valley, timeout.
Grand Valley State, their first charge timeout.
Was that loud enough?
Echo, 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 echo. So a timeout here in this third quarter. 3:26 to play in the third. Tied at 21. It's an important play for Grand Valley. Looked like they weren't quite on the same page, and so Matt Mitchell decided to take a timeout, and he's got his whole offense over there.
Well, I can see the defensive coordinator for Hillsdale, Craig Blanchard. He's right in the middle of his group, drawing up what he wants in this situation. And thus far, man, it's just been all Grand Valley here in the third quarter. Hillsdale unable to, they've had a couple of nice plays, but they just haven't been able to get much farther down the field than the 45-yard line of Grand Valley.
Well, the inability of the Chargers to move the ball on the ground between the tackles may come back and bite them here, because several times they've been in 3rd and long situations, and now this Laker defense is playing in a lather and forcing Hillsdale into some rather uncomfortable positions. Slot right formation on 3rd and 7 for Grand Valley State. The ball's at the Hillsdale 23. They need the 16. Parling out of the gun. Man in motion to the right. Parling swings it out here in the left flat, caught by Johnson. Tries to make a play, and he will get the first down to the 15-yard line. He needed 7, and he got 8. Charles Johnson with a big-time play there.
Yeah, they just couldn't cut him off at the pass as he just threw back, and it was a nice little seam there. Hickson got him around the ankles, but not before he picked up the first down.
Johnson now 5 catches for 125 yards in the night unofficially. They're going off balance side to the left. First down at the Hillsdale 15 now. Grand Valley State looking to take the lead. They're in the red zone. Parling hands off. And it's Lorman again. And Lorman is up to the 11-yard line before he was brought down by David Baker, the senior from Holland.
Yeah, 6'3", 250. We haven't called David's name a whole lot tonight. He moved from a linebacker position up to the defensive end position.
Interesting thing about Lorman on the depth chart, he's listed as a backup tight end, but he's been in the backfield tonight. And they'll go with an off-balance eye again. Lorman is in the tail. Up front is number 14, Blair Hollis. And he's not listed on the 2 deep. Second down and 6 from the 11. Parling under center. Hollis in motion. And off the near side, here comes Lorman again. Inside the 10, inside the 5, down to the 3. Lorman running hard, picks up 8 yards and a Laker first down.
Going to be first and goal for Grand Valley State.
He's getting up to close to 100 yards for the night. We got him for 82 yards on 14 carries.
2:08 left here in the third quarter.
And Grand Valley State is knocking on the door. The white shirts are pushing the blue shirts back right now. First and goal from the 3, tied at 21, but Grand Valley State looking to get the lead back. Out of the I formation. Here is a handoff up the middle, the tailback, and it's Hershey Jackson up to the 1. The ball came out, but after the play had been whistled dead. Jackson got it down to the 1, and it'll bring up second down and goal for Grand Valley State.
Well, Hickson thought he had it. He was off to the races there, but they called the ball down at about just inside the 2-yard line.
They need about 4 feet here. Down to 1:22 to go in the third quarter. Hillsdale Charger defense has to make a stand right now, but this big offensive line for Grand Valley State is moving the blue shirts back. Second and goal. On the ground, it's an easy touchdown for Andrew Lorman. He could have worn a tuxedo into the end zone. Touchdown Lakers, and they're back on top, 27-21 with 1:06 to go in the third quarter.
Well, tough break for the Chargers. That interception really hurt them. You can't turn the ball over against Grand Valley State. And they did that, and they paid for it.
Stokes will try the PAT, make it 28-21. And that one has plenty of leg, and it is good. So a timeout of the field, 1:06 to go third quarter. Grand Valley State has rallied. It's the Lakers 28 and Hillsdale 21.
Well, we're going to find out who's going to line up for quarterback. Is it going to be Mifsud or Matt Bryan? Matt Bryan's had some tough luck as he's in 2 games that he's appeared. He's throwing costly interceptions.
As always, the football program thanks.
Well, the Chargers have to find a way to get their mojo back here. They played an outstanding first half of football, got out to a 21-7 lead, but the Lakers have scored 21 unanswered, and perhaps the big play of the game was that 71-yard hookup from Parling to Johnson. That seemed to settle the Lakers down, and it may have tilted the momentum their way. Even though Hillsdale led at the half by 7, you could just had the feeling that Grand Valley State was going to come out strong here in the second half, and they have.
No doubt about that. As we're the kickoff, it's going to Glendenning drops it. He's just going to stay in the end zone there, bring it out to the 20.
That's going to be a touchback. So a nice boot there by Ida Rosa, who really got some foot into that one. That was a titanium drive there. So first down for the Chargers, and they got to get it back going here offensively. 1:02 to go, third quarter, 28-21.
Now Matt Bryan is back in at quarterback for the Chargers, so apparently Mifsud has had some kind of problem or injury.
Don't want to speculate on what the situation might be with Anthony, but he got hit pretty hard a couple of times earlier in this third quarter. And so Matt Bryan is quarterbacking the Chargers out of the I formation. And they keep it on the ground. Glendenning, 1 yard, and that is it.
Well, they had that front line stacked up against that run. That might have been a good time to call a screen pass right there. That might have worked.
Down the road in Ann Arbor, Notre Dame now leads Michigan 14-0 in the second. But if you really care about that game, you're watching it. Those of you on the American One Network. Second down and 9 for Hillsdale at their own 21. Bryan under center. This might be the last play of the third quarter. We're down to 20 seconds. 28-21 favor Grand Valley State. They blitz. Bryan play action, has his man, and there's going to be a first down as he passed the ball to his tight end there. That was Tyler Cochran, a senior from Westerville, Ohio. A first down for the Chargers.
A big first down.
And that should give Bryan some confidence there. They spot the ball at the 33, a 12-yard pickup. And the clock winding down. I don't think they'll get another snap off. They will not.
No, they will not.
And after 3 quarters of play in Hillsdale, the score, Grand Valley State.
At the end of the third quarter.
We know. After 3 quarters of play, Grand Valley State 28 and Hillsdale 21.
Well, we got ourselves a barn burner, that's for certain. The Chargers are on the move under backup quarterback Matt Bryan.
Well, it's all Grand Valley there in that third quarter. They totally dominated play after they were down 21-14 at the half. They scored both TDs in that third quarter, parlaying to Augustus from 2 yards out, and Lorman scoring his second touchdown of the night, also from 2 yards out. By the way, that last catch by Cochran makes him the 9th different receiver for Hillsdale tonight.
Well, Mifsud is down here on the sidelines with his helmet on. But we have no idea what the problem is, Jim.
He's not being looked at by trainers, is he?
No.
I can't see him.
No. He's down at the far end
down
there.
Down the far end, all right.
Somewhere down in there, number 15. Oh, well, no.
There he is. There he is right there.
Yep. I don't know what the problem is. Maybe he's not hurt that bad, but maybe the coaches just don't want to take a chance. So the Chargers are going to go north. Here they come.
As we start the fourth quarter, Chargers defending to go to our right. They trail 28-21. Grand Valley State has scored 21 unanswered. Finally, some running room up the middle. A 5-yard pickup for Glendenning out to the 38-yard line. That'll bring up second down and 5. Lack of a rushing attack tonight for the most part has put Hillsdale in some rather uncomfortable third and long situations.
Well, that was good blocking up front by the Chargers.
Ball is just short of the 38. We'll call it second down and 5. One setback. 28-21, Grand Valley State with the lead. Just underway here in this final quarter of play. Movement on the line. They got back. And Bryan's under a rush. He said as he throws the ball, throws it away. There is a penalty flag down at the 38-yard line. So let's check out this penalty flag.
That should be encroachment by Grand Valley.
Well, did he get back onside in time? The officials talking it over.
Offsides, defense number 19. 5-yard penalty, repeat, second down.
Not quite enough to get a first down, so that's going to bring up second down, about a half yard to go for the Chargers, just shy of their own 43.
Well, Bryan did a good job of getting rid of the football there, Jim. He's just going to, they took advantage of the offsides. He just threw the ball away, basically.
They need about a foot here on second down. One step back behind Bryan, who's under center. 28-21 favor Grand Valley State. Play action fake. Pass.
Oh, that should have been, oh my goodness.
Cancalosi, the attendant receiver.
Oh my goodness.
They say no interference, incomplete pass. That brings up third down on the foot.
Let's see here. Oh my goodness. Well, okay. So it's a third and a foot or so.
That looked like number 18, Reggie Williams, who made the play there on the pass.
Yeah, big play by the offense for Hillsdale.
Third down on the foot. And it's Glendenning. I don't think he got it.
I don't
think he got it. Not the way they're spotting it, although one of the Hillsdale players says first down. Brent Berquist, but his opinion doesn't count. And they will measure.
I don't think he got it, Jim.
They'll measure.
And I'd be disappointed if they punt this ball away, because then they're just giving Grand Valley another opportunity. They've got to pick up this first down and keep this drive going. I think he's like maybe a half a yard short.
Well, they'll bring the sticks in from the far side. We have 13:58 to go in regulation. 28-21 Grand Valley State.
Half a yard.
And didn't make it. Wow. Well, here comes a huge play for Hillsdale. It was second and a foot, incomplete pass, and then a running play got stuffed. And the Chargers will go for it. And this may be the ball game right here.
It could be. It very well could be.
If they don't get the first down, that'll be a lot of air coming out of the balloon.
And they may just try to draw Grand Valley off sides too, Jim. Let's see what they do here.
They need a foot. Fourth down for Hillsdale. Everybody's in tight I formation. That's a tight I formation. Bryant, play action fake. And it's caught. A one-handed catch, the 46-yard line. A one-handed catch by Cam White.
Beautiful catch by Cam White. And the Chargers fooled him right there.
What a call.
Yes, it was a gutsy call, and Cam White, look at this, they faked it to Glendenning, and that's where everybody went. Cam White made a beautiful, beautiful one-handed catch, picked up the first down, and Hillsdale most fortunate to pick up that first down and keep this drive alive.
And unfortunately, we have a shaken-up player down here on the Hillsdale side of the 46-yard line, and the trainers are surrounding him.
No, that's a Grand Valley player.
That's a Grand Valley player, yes, indeed, and that young man is surrounded by trainers, and we cannot see a number, so the clock is stopped with 13:44 to go.
I think it's number 41.
We're told it's number 41, Zach Galloway, but we'll get a visual here in just a second.
6'2", 205-pound sophomore, if that's who it is. Yeah, it's 41.
All right, so Zach Galloway shaken up on the play. Clock is stopped with 13:44 to go in regulation. Grand Valley State on top, 28-21.
Well, we hope that young man is okay. They're taking their time, and with the timeout, Hillsdale's going to get a drink of water. Grand Valley players are all taking a knee, saying a little prayer.
Well, now they're helping him up. Here's that last play again, Dan.
Well, we'll see what happens here. You see Cam White making that great catch.
Oh, it looks like he got a stinger.
And he's going to get helped up. He gets a good hand. And the Hillsdale students give him a good hand, too. That's good sportsmanship.
All right, elsewhere in the GLIAC, late in the third quarter, Indianapolis still leads Ashland 13-10.
Wow.
Early in the fourth, it's still Saginaw Valley State 24, Ferris State 21. And there's another wow.
That's some close games in the GLIAC tonight. Of course, the national champion from last year, Minnesota Duluth, they won their first game handily.
Zach Galloway not putting any pressure on his left leg as he's helped off towards the Grand Valley sidelines. And so it looks like he might be done for the night. That's not a very good sight if you're a Grand Valley State fan.
Absolutely not.
Sophomore from Tecumseh, Michigan, just down the road. All right, first down for Hillsdale as we're ready to resume play now. 13:44 to go in regulation. Chargers just converted a fourth down play as Cam White made a nice one-handed catch on a pass from Matt Bryan. Ball is at the Grand Valley 46. Bryan in place of the starter, Anthony Milford. Man in motion going to the right. And here is a handoff and nothing doing. Big play defensively by the Lakers as
Danny Richard
is dropped for a loss, and Richard continues to dominate this second half.
God, he has just been an animal in there, and he shows you why he's an All-American right here, as Glendenning had no chance.
Well, we have a scout here from the Buffalo Bills here in the press box. And Richard, pretty decent size, 6'4", 255 defensive end. He wouldn't be the first guy from this program to play in the NFL. There's a guy here down the way, Rob Rubik.
There you go.
Who had a few years with the Lions. Second down and 14 at the 50. 12:48 to go in the game. Bryan, play action. And he throws one deep. It's going to be caught! Inside the 20, down to the 7-yard line.
There's no quit in Hillsdale.
And that catch was made by Miller.
And that just electrified this crowd.
Scott Miller hauls it in. A pickup of about 40 yards. He'll spot it down at the 9.
Watch this. Beautiful as he just hauls that baby in. And credit Matt Bryan for a really nice strike.
All right, the Chargers now looking to tie the game. What a ball game. 12:18 to go in regulation. Grand Valley State with a late substitution there on defense.
Timeout.
And timeout.
On the field, Hillsdale.
Timeout.
Yeah,
Hillsdale, their first Charge timeout.
they ran out of time on the play clock. Now they had 3 timeouts. Now they're going to be 2, and Grand Valley's got 2 timeouts left.
The plot thickens at Muddy Waters Stadium.
I should say.
And on what's turned out to be a beautiful late summer, early fall. Well, let's have another presidential debate. Is it late summer or early fall? Do you say that after, in the days after Labor Day leading up to the first day of fall? I don't know.
It's on the cusp.
Boy, what a game. What a game.
This has been a great game. We don't know who's going to win, obviously, yet. We got 12-12 left in this contest.
And Ashland's gone ahead of Indianapolis now, 17-13 with 14:07 to go in that one. Ashland comes here next Saturday.
Well, Indianapolis, this is their last year in the GLIAC Conference. They're going to the new Great Lakes Valley Conference next year. So they won't be. We won't be playing them anymore.
Saginaw Valley still leading Ferris, 24-21, 13:51 to go in that game. So we got nail biters all over the place in the GLIAC tonight. Ball is at the 9, first and goal for Hillsdale out of their timeout. And it's Glendenning off the right side looking for a block, gets the corner, and he's out of bounds at about the 7. And you saw the Grand Valley player over there holding up his arms as to say, I didn't hit him on the white, I didn't hit him.
I think he actually went out at the 9. That's where the official is standing.
So no gain.
Second and goal.
Joe's got his usual amount of carries, not his usual amount of yardage.
That's for sure. Boy, they sure have bottled him up. What a great job by the Lakers in containing Joe Glendenning.
25 carries for 34 yards for Glendenning. There's just been no running room in between the tackles.
Preseason All-American. Here they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the slot right formation. Second down and goal from the 9. And now whistles before the snap. Evan Bach was the man in motion.
Timeout.
There's a timeout on the field.
Hillsdale.
Timeout.
Their second Charge timeout.
That's going to leave them with only 1 now. And that could be a big factor as we work our way down the stretch. With 11:37 to go in regulation, Hillsdale has only 1 timeout left. Of course, we got a backup quarterback in there, and so that may be a factor why The Chargers have had to burn a couple of timeouts here, and maybe not everybody on the same page.
Well, we got two number 15s. David Horton, a freshman quarterback, 6 foot 163 out of Suttons Bay, Michigan.
Don't know if he's dressed or not. A lot of double numbers on the roster, which is the case at a lot of places when you got over 100 guys in your program. There's just so many numbers, I don't think they can go with 3-digit numbers.
No, they cannot. Although they can go with, if they get permission from the conference, they can use number 0.
Oh.
Last one to wear that here was a Mike Harding. Graduated in 1969, a great quarterback and defensive back for the Chargers.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and goal from the 9. Bryan barking out the signals under center. Berquist, the man in motion. And Bryan, play action in trouble. Gets away, throws it away. That's going to wind up in the pit posse, or where the pit posse used to be.
Yeah.
That guy almost caught a touchdown there. That guy right there.
Well, he's from another conference, the NCIS. That's where Minnesota Duluth, Minnesota Mankato, St. Cloud. He had that Northern Conference thing on there, shirt.
The ball is at the 9. 3rd and goal now for the Chargers, trailing 28-21 with 11:31 to go in this ball game. One step back behind Bryan, and he stumbles and falls down at the 13-yard line. And that's going to bring up 4th down.
I think he probably him in the center. Let's see what happens. That's exactly what happened. One of the linemen stepped on his foot as he was going back and down. So we're going to get about a 30-yard field goal here.
And it'll be Colin McGreevy trying a 30-yard field goal from the right hash to cut the lead down to 4. Waiting for the snap. 30-yard attempt. And it's booted. It's got plenty of leg, and the kick is good. McGreevy bangs one in from 30 yards out. That makes the score now. Grand Valley State 28, Hillsdale 24, and we have 11:16 to go in the contest.
Well, that was a tough break for the Chargers and Matt Bryan. Those things happen, they even happen in the NFL. Sometimes you'll see as the quarterback gets the snap and starts back, the lineman will step on their foot and down they go.
All right, it's time now for that Charger defense to come up with a big stop.
I would say they need a big play right here. They need to keep the Grand Valley as deep into their own territory as they possibly can on this kickoff. And Grand Valley's proven that they're pretty good on special teams and getting the ball up over the 20 and even the 30-yard line. So let's see how Hillsdale special teams do on this kick.
Rattay back deep, number 22 for Grand Valley State. And Steve Grant ready to kick off for the Chargers. It's a 4-point Laker lead. Grant bangs it down to about the 8-yard line. Up to the 10, up to the 20, a seam to the 30, look out, 40, out to the 45-yard line. A big return by Reggie Williams.
Well, you just can't coach speed. And right there, as he was started upfield, he got a little seam and turned it outside. And as you'll see right here at the 8-yard line, he starts up the middle. Finds a good hole right there and then turns it back and picks up excellent yardage. So the Lakers are going to start at their own 45-yard line.
A short field here for the Lakers. They now lead by 4, 28-24. 11:08 to go in the ball game. They'll run it on the ground off the right side and nothing doing. Veer with the stop on Hershey Jackson.
Wow, that was excellent. Joe Veer, the senior, a former Hillsdale High School Hornet, came out of nowhere right there on a little blitz.
Ooh, that was almost a horse collar.
Well, he did a good job. He knew Joe knows what a horse collar is, and he grabbed him under, I think under his arm and the top of his jersey.
2nd down and 10 for the Grand Valley State Lakers at their own 45-yard line. They lead 28-24. Harling on the deep handoff and a big haul off the left side to the 50, down to the 48-yard line. 7-yard pickup for Jackson, and that'll bring up 3rd and 3 for the Lakers.
And David Baker, the senior, tripped him up. If you talk about a huge 3rd down for the Charger defense, here it is.
Lakers go no huddle. Now they'll get the call from the far side from their coaching staff. They may go with the original play, or they may have just checked off here. Chargers showing blitz from the near side. They may be checking off again. And Lakers are going to take a timeout.
There's a
Timeout.
Field. Grand Valley
State, their 2nd charge timeout.
So
Well, Hillsdale's got 1 timeout left, and the Lakers got zip.
Nope.
No, 1. Yeah, they do have 1 timeout left. So both teams with 1 timeout left and under 10 minutes to play in the contest.
9:50 to be exact. 28-24. Grand Valley State has had the edge in play. Here in the second half, they were down 21-14 at halftime, scored twice in the 3rd to take a 28-21 lead. Chargers had a great chance to tie in their last possession, but they had to settle for a 30-yard field goal by McGreevy. And the Lakers are holding on to a 4-point lead now, 28-24. And this has been a very entertaining college football game tonight here in Hillsdale, Michigan.
Oh, it certainly has. Now, the Chargers don't want to go 0-2 to start the season. They'd have to run the table to have an opportunity for a playoff spot. And, of course, the Lakers, they want to maintain their number 3 national ranking, and they don't want to lose a game.
They have not lost in the month of September in 10 years.
Yeah, imagine that.
Well, a couple of years ago, Hillsdale ended a long Grand Valley winning streak. Can it happen again here tonight? Right now, the Lakers have the lead, and the 12th man is alive here at Muddy Waters Stadium.
Time for a big defensive play.
3rd and 3 from the 48. They need the 45. 13 on the play clock. Harling with an off-balance eye. Deep handoff, and they did not get the first down. In fact, they may have lost yardage as the Charger D comes up with a big stop. A big stop there on Lorman.
Yeah, they sure did. Jim, we just said they needed to come up with a big play, and look at this. He almost got loose, but I'm trying to see who got him there.
He's just off the screen.
Baker and Pache were in on the play. I don't know exactly who tripped him up. Now, are we going to get any chicanery on this 4th down play, or are they going to kick it away? Hickson back to receive.
And Picano is in punt formation. Chris Picano, he's a redshirt freshman out of Brighton. Will they fake it again?
Nope.
This time he bangs off a nice punt down to the 15. And excellent coverage by the Lakers. No return whatsoever.
26, Ben Caraba is coming off limping.
Hickson had nowhere to go. Excellent coverage there by the Lakers special teams. And so Hillsdale starts deep in their own territory, and that's the field position game right there. Thanks to that big kickoff return moments ago by the Lakers.
Well, this could be it.
Reggie Williams with that big kickoff return, giving the field position edge back to his team, Grand Valley State.
The Chargers need to put some points on the board with this possession.
Mifsud's back in the game, Dan. So he's back in at quarterback. All right. 8:58 to go in the contest. Grand Valley State 28, Hillsdale 24. First down for the Chargers at their own 15-yard line. Mifsud back in the ball game now. Cangelosi is the man in motion. And it's a play action fake. Mifsud down the middle. And it's caught! It is caught by Andrew Butt!
And he's gone!
He is gone!
All the way, no flags.
85 yards, and the Chargers have the lead.
Grand Valley crowd.
Mott with an 85-yard touchdown catch. And it's applesauce for everybody.
What a great call by the Charger coaches.
They saw something.
And Mott just outran the defense right there. What a great catch. Here's a big point after now.
Yeah, I tell you what, after last year, you never assume anything, right?
That's absolutely correct. They need this McGreevy to kick it.
McGreevy's PAT is, oh no. It's good.
It's good.
It was a line drive.
Yeah, line drive. He banged it through.
It got through the uprights. That's all that counts. Hillsdale 31, Grand Valley State 28 with 8:46 to go in regulation. 85-yard touchdown pass, Milford to Mott.
Well, that was just excellent. Here we go. We're going to see it again as they faked it into the line. Mifsud got rid of it just in time, right over the outstretched hands of the defender, and Mott is taking it to the house. Wow. Great play by the Chargers.
Well, now the Lakers have to respond.
Yeah.
What a game. What a game. I thought 2 years ago that was the best game we've done in 10 years together. This game may top the one 2 years ago.
Well, it very possibly could. Right now, all the pressure is on Grand Valley State. Hillsdale just playing, hey, if we win, great. And we're going to give it everything we got. But the Lakers, they got all that national attention. And they're going to have to put it on the line here.
Here's the boot, and it's a dandy. All the way down to the 5-yard line. Here comes Williams. And this time he's down at the 20.
How about that tackle?
That
by number
was
20.
Jesse Norris.
And he was strutting his stuff there after that great tackle.
Well, obviously, the special teams coaches made the adjustment, and Williams did not get the seam he did on the last kick return. All right, gang, 8 minutes and 40 seconds to go in regulation, and it's going to get loud here. This 12th man is going to be yelling at the top of their lungs. First down for Grand Valley State at their own 20-yard line. Keep in mind, both teams only have one timeout left. 31-28 Hillsdale. Now can the Lakers respond? Remember, they hit a 71-yarder earlier. It's a very capable offense of hitting the big play. Here's Parling back on first down. He wants it all, and it's going to be caught at midfield. How did he catch that ball?
Wow, right at the 50-yard line. Unbelievable. We're going to see here, Perling steps back into the pocket, launches a bomb. Man, that was just a heck of a catch.
Augustus.
Yeah, here we go.
That's talent right there, folks. First down at midfield. A 30-yard pickup as Javon Augustus made a circus catch on the far side. 10 on the play clock. They may be checking off again. 8:12 to go in regulation. 31-28 Hillsdale. 4 in the play clock as they snap it. And it's Hershey Jackson with the ball. And Jackson got a couple of yards to the 48.
The clock counting down under 8 minutes to go.
Embry with the tackle. Stephen Embry, sophomore from Clinton. Second down and 8 at the 48. Off balance side to the left. Parling under center. Again, they may be checking off. Or they may stick with the original play. It's kind of like playing poker sometimes, you know? Are they going to stick with the original play? Well, this looks like a checkoff now. Down to 5 on the play clock. They get it off. Play action fake. Parling's got time. He wants it all. Got a man inside the 15-yard line. And that is big play. Charles Johnson with the catch.
Man, what can you say? Just like that, in a couple plays, the Lakers moved that ball way downfield.
Big play Johnson.
And here they come up to the line of scrimmage.
And a chance to get the lead back for Grand Valley State. It's at the 13 of Hillsdale. Coming down to 7 minutes to play. Chargers 31. Lakers 28. What a game. Off balance side of the right. Harling under center. And he rolls to the left, hands off. And it's Jackson at the 10. Breaks a tackle to the 5. Jackson still on his feet. Moves the pile to the 3. Hershey Jackson with some hard running for Grand Valley State.
Well, you're not kidding. That was just an excellent run by Jackson.
A gain of 10.
That's kind of a sort of a student body right. He got hit at the line of scrimmage, but they couldn't hold on to him as he wiggled out of it. Yeah, it took a bunch of Chargers to get him down.
Did not get the first down. He's about a half yard short. So that is really advantageous for Grand Valley State. He kind of gives them an extra down here by the goal line. Off balance side to the right. Second down on the foot from the 3. And it's Jackson again. And Jackson tries to nudge forward. Did he get enough for a first down?
I don't think so.
This will depend on the spot as we roll down towards 6 minutes to play in the game. You're right, Dan. He did not get it. In fact, he may have lost a foot. And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 1.
Wow, this is a here we go again. The Charger defense, big play.
Now they're definitely in range of tying the game.
This wide receiver on the right here, they got Hickson on him.
All right, again, they may be checking out of the original play. The play clock is down to 10. 3rd and 1 at the 3 for Grand Valley State. Out of the I formation now. First time we've seen this formation tonight. And it's going to be close, but I think he got it.
I don't know.
The ball carrier was Lorman. Boy, I don't think he got it.
I don't know.
Says 4th down. He did not get it.
He did not get it. It's going to be 4th down. Are they going to go for it?
Well, they got a chip shot field goal if they want to tie, but you got a chance to take the lead here. Well, they'll measure now just to make sure. And this will give Grand Valley State's coaching staff a chance to kind of get their heads together and figure out what they want to do if it is 4th down. They will stretch the sticks, and they missed by about 2 feet.
Wow. What a situation.
Well,
they're going to field goal. I'm almost certain they're going to kick the field goal and tie it up.
All right, yeah, the field goal team is out.
Of course, that doesn't mean they're actually going to kick a field goal.
Yes. Ryan Stokes is out there, their place kicker. And this would be the tie of the game, and I would think that's a victory for Hillsdale.
Well, I would think so if they go ahead and kick it.
Now let's see, the holder put his knee down at the 10. The holder is Greg Gay. Stokes, a 20-yard field goal attempt to tie the game. From the far hash. Spotted, booted in that direction, and the kick is good. With 5:05 to go in regulation, we are now tied at 31.
Well, this thing could come down to a field goal by Colin McGreevy of Hillsdale. But the Chargers got 5 minutes and 5 seconds to make something happen.
And again, it's going to be a big factor as we work our way down the stretch. Both teams only have 1 timeout left.
I can tell you, Jim, as I said before, most people had Grand Valley winning this game by 2-3 touchdowns. Some of them even said it was going to be a blowout. But that obviously has not happened.
Well, let's see if we can get some updates from out of town, especially interested in that Indy-Ashland game. As finally, the GLIAC website has a format that's friendly for Blackberries. Ashland 17, Indianapolis 13, 6 minutes to go there.
Wow.
And they got a barn burner at Saginaw Valley with 4:18 remaining. Saginaw Valley State 30, Ferris State 27.
Wow, another close game. That's incredible.
And we're tied here at 31. We got nail biters all over the place in the GLIAC tonight. What a conference, huh? Is this a fun conference?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Waiting the kick is Idarosa. Marco Idarosa bangs it down there, gets a real good foot into this one. Down to the 2. It's Hickson to the 10. Hickson to the 20, and he's tripped up to the 22-yard line. So with 4:59 to go, Hillsdale has the football, tied at 31, first down at their own 22-yard line. What a game. What a game. I tell you what.
This is one of the better games that we've seen. I can recall, back in the 90s, the game where running back Jeff Cameron made an electric touchdown to give the Chargers a win against Grand Valley, and here we go.
One setback, Glendenning, first down from the 22-yard line. Man in motion to the near side, Cangelosi. Long count by Mifsud. Handoff, Glendenning, spinning. Or check that, that was not Glendenning carrying the ball. It was Joe, I beg your pardon. All right, we'll get it right. Glendenning, the ball carrier, no gain. It's getting late, folks. Ball is at the 22, 2nd and 10.
He might have got 6 inches on the play.
His 26th carry tonight for only 34 yards. It's at the 22, 2nd and 10 for Hillsdale. Clock running, 4:28 to go in regulation. Tied at 31. Angelosi, the man in motion. Mifsud under center. And Anthony fakes the pitch. In trouble. Gets away from one man on the run. He'll throw. It's up for grabs.
Oh.
Mott can't come up with it this time. Incomplete.
Wow, this 3rd down play is huge. And you figure Hillsdale's probably, well, I don't know.
Reggie Williams with the coverage on that play. Mifsud throwing it on the run, and Williams looked like got a hand on it, so that brings up 3rd and 10 for Hillsdale at their own 22. 4:14 to go in regulation.
This is one of the biggest 3rd downs they've had in a long time.
Meet the 32-yard line. One setback. Obvious passing situation here for Hillsdale. Man in motion to the near side, Bergquist. And Mifsud rolling to his left. Steps up. He'll run. Can he get there? No.
Maybe.
Well, let's see. They may have given him enough forward progress. I thought he was going to be placed down short of the 1st down marker, but that could be a very generous spot there. It's just over the 32. And first down
Hillsdale.
Whoa.
Mifsud comes through big time as he goes back. He's getting a lot of pressure. Good blocking. And he just steps up and fights his way for the 1st down.
He got a very generous spot. And here's running room. Glendenning. Glendenning to the 50. Hold on to the ball, Joe. He's down to the 48-yard line. A 20-yard pickup. Glendenning finally runs downhill and picks up 20.
Wow, that's the biggest run of the evening for Glendenning. And he got loose as a goose, as you can see. Made a little cut right here and a cut back. Wow.
Chris Robinson finally making the tackle for Grand Valley. The ball's at the Grand Valley 48-yard line. 3:38 to go, clock moving. First down Hillsdale, tied at 31. Glendenning the lone setback. Mifsud, play action fake, throws on the far side. All kinds of contact. And no flag.
Well, I guess
was held up over there.
I guess he figured that, I guess the officials figured he wasn't going to be able to catch it, but there was a lot of contact right there.
So with 3.5 minutes to go, 3:30 remaining in regulation. Hillsdale 31, Grand Valley State 31. 2nd down and 10 upcoming for the Chargers at the Grand Valley 48-yard line.
I think they're going to have to get inside of the 30 for a field goal attempt.
Wing on the right, one setback. And it's a draw play to Glendenning. Glendenning up the middle, up to the 46-yard line for a pickup of 2. That hole close in a hurry. Pickup of 2 on the play, and as they umpile, it was number 32 in on the tackle. That, well, he's not on the roster. Yeah, how about that? Glendenning got 2.
Okay, here's a big 3rd down, another one.
3rd and 8 from the 46. They've faced a lot of 3rd and long situations tonight.
4-3 defense by the Lakers.
They're going to rush 4, drop 7 in the pass coverage, it looks like. It's at the 46. Mifsud play action. Sets up a screen for Glendenning. He's hit. Ball is loose.
No.
They say incomplete.
Incomplete.
Oh, big time hit there. And luckily for Hillsdale, they ruled that incomplete. So 4th down and 8 with 2:44 to go in regulation. Hillsdale will punt the ball away. Lakers defense with a stop at their 46-yard line.
Yeah, you can see right there that definitely was not a completed pass.
Brad Howard read the play perfectly and delivered the big-time pop. Senior from Mishawaka, Indiana for Grand Valley State. Here's the punt. It's
beautiful,
high
punt.
Fair catch at the 8. So Grand Valley State will start there. And Reggie Williams making that fair catch. So the Lakers will start at their own 8. There's time for them. All they need is a field goal. 2:37 to go.
Oh, mercy.
One time out at their disposal.
Well, the Lakers right now, believe me, they're going to have the upper hand here, Jimmy. We've already seen that they can move the ball downfield quickly. And they're going to have to probably get inside the 40-yard line to have a chance for a field goal attempt.
Well, Ryan Stokes, their sophomore place kicker, earned his first varsity letter last year. He returned to the lineup following off-season knee surgery. And we'll tell you more in just a moment here. First down at the 8. They keep it on the ground on first down off the left side, sporting through. And across to the 20 to the 22-yard line, a 14-yard pickup for Lorman. Andrew Lorman getting his team out of jail there with that pickup. 98 yards for that young man tonight on 18 carries. Lakers going without a huddle. Stokes last year was 3 of 4 in field goal attempts. His long was 27 yards. That was last year. It's Lorman again, and this time he's dropped for a loss on the 21-yard line. No room that time on the left side, and getting in to make the tackle was Rybold, Ridge Rybold, the senior from Powell, Ohio.
Oh, boy. That's dangerous Laker offense.
Under 2 minutes to play now. Tied at 31. Both teams with one timeout left. Second down and 11 for the Lakers at their own 21-yard line. The Lakers have the football with 1:45 remaining. Under center, Parling, their quarterback. And he is going to hand off, a deep handoff again, off the right side. Big time hit. Holy cow.
Brett Pache again takes his helmet off, but boy, what a heck of a tackle. You can see right here.
Lorman paying the price.
Boom.
Ooh, but give the young man credit, he got right back up.
Yes, he did. Well, here's a third down play. The Lakers obviously in a passing situation, I would imagine.
Well, you don't want to make a mistake now. If you're Grand Valley State, you don't want to risk an interception with a minute to go in regulation. They may be playing for overtime the way they're just kind of lollygagging around right now.
Well, you would think so.
Down to 5. They're going to take a timeout here.
Timeout, Grand Valley State. That's their third and final timeout of the half.
You know, they started at their own 8-yard line, so maybe Matt Mitchell and his staff thinking, you know, we're deep in our own territory. We've got a long way to go, just one timeout. Let's just play out regulation here and take our chances in overtime.
Well, I would imagine that that's what they're going to do.
Because, you know, again, Ryan Stokes, their place kicker, his long field goal last year was 27 yards. And he, again, had knee surgery, so, you know, a long field goal attempt for him would be maybe asking too much of him. When play resumes, the ball will be at the 24 of Grand Valley State, 3rd and 8. Then again, they could be thinking about, hey, let's take one deep shot here. Well, but if you try that and it's incomplete, Hillsdale gets the ball back, and they'll have a chance to win it in regulation. So,
well, I would imagine that they are going to take a shot at it, knowing the Grand Valley State Lakers. I mean, there's no quitting them either, obviously. And you can expect the way they're lined up that we're probably going to see a long pass downfield.
Well, this big crowd on Business and Industry Night.
They may be hoping for a penalty, you know, a pass interference or something of that nature.
This big crowd has gotten their money's worth tonight. Here we go, 3rd and 8. We got 50.6 seconds to go in regulation. The Lakers are out of timeouts. Only way they can stop the clock is get a first down or get out of bounds. Tied at 31. They need the 32. Parling out of the shotgun. It's back. under a rush, and the pass goes into the Hillsdale bench. Incomplete. Harling is down. No flag for roughing the passer. And it's 4th down. Hillsdale will get one final shot in regulation to win the game.
It just doesn't get any better than this, Jimmy, especially if you're a Hillsdale fan. I'm sure that the Grand Valley fans are wondering what is going on.
Chris Picano is in the punt. He needs to hit a good punt here now. Remember, Hillsdale still has a timeout left. Hickson standing back at his 44. Low snap! It's bobbled, and he gets off a line drive. The Chargers get away from it, and it's going to roll out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Wow.
Talk about the perils of Pauline. Picano made a great play there. He turned a potential disaster into well, not a great kick, but at least Hillsdale's got to get a couple of first downs to have a chance to win. Watch this.
Just a great pressure put on by that Hillsdale defensive line, and a bad snap. And the Chargers didn't make...
now watch the Chargers get away from it.
Yeah, they just got away from it, and fortunately it took a Lakers bounce up to the 46-yard line, and here come the Chargers.
It's at the Laker 46, first down, 39.6 to go, out of the I formation. Here comes Glenn Denning. Running room! 35-20! Inside the 20 to the 16!
Wow!
You know, maybe it's a good thing he didn't score there, because now the Chargers can wind the clock down in the Laker red zone and kick a chip shot field goal for the win.
Look at Glenn Denning. Finally, when it really counted, he comes through big time.
Clock moving, 25 seconds, 24, 23, 22. Glenn Denning is going to be dropped for a loss at the 18-yard line. And timeout will be taken here with 19.3 to go.
Well, I think they should run another play. Definitely.
Timeout. Hillsdale. Their 3rd and final timeout of the half.
I think that they should run another play, Jimmy, with 19 seconds left on the clock.
Well,
you don't want to leave Grand Valley any time at all on the clock.
What they're going to do here, the ball is here at the near hash. They're going to have a running play perhaps to the right, get the ball into the middle of the field, and then line up quickly. Anthony Milson will then spike the ball, and that will give them time to get the field goal unit on the tee, onto the field. And right now you're looking at about a 35-yard field goal for McGreevy. So they want to get this ball into the middle of the field. 19 seconds. This is going to go.
Oh, they're going
to go for it now.
Yeah, they're going to kick. Oh, boy. I don't know.
They're going to go for it now. They're going to try the 35-yard field goal from the near hash right now. With 19.3 to go.
Call it, Jimmy.
Here we go. Colin McGreevy to give Hillsdale the lead. Waiting for the snap. Spotted. Booted. Partially blocked. Partially blocked. A flag is down, though. There is a penalty flag down. This may be a penalty against Grand Valley State. What a turn of events. Grand Valley State got the block, but they may be called for roughing the kicker.
They may be. Let's see the replay on that one. That unbelievable. Watch this.
Running into the kicker.
Oh, yeah.
Defense number 20.
Oh,
5-yard penalty. Repeat.
Yeah.
2nd down.
Oh,
well, give
man.
McGreevy an Academy Award right there. I'm telling you. Well, that's just going to move it up.
Wow.
Now it's going to be a 30-yard attempt.
From the near hash with 13.2 to go. 31-31 tie. McGreevy will try it again, this time from 30 yards. Angle to the left, waiting for the snap. It's spotted, it's booted, it's got plenty of leg, and the kick is good!
34-31, 7.9 seconds left. That's just amazing.
Jack Buck, wherever you are, forgive me. but I have to say this. I don't believe what I just saw.
And I'm telling you, the Hillsdale students are getting set to rush the field again. But I'm going to remind everybody there's 7.9 seconds left in this game. They are the Grand Valley State Lakers.
Please reset the game clock to 9 seconds.
There you go. Now
9 even.
Going to be 9 seconds left to go in the game. And hey, Grand Valley is Grand Valley, Jim. They can do it. You just don't count them out yet.
After what happened last year,
that's right.
It's never over.
Never over.
Well, they gotta put up. There we go. All right.
9 seconds left. Now, as soon as he touches the ball, the clock will start.
All right. Well, let's see if Grand Valley can get a big play on their kickoff team here. I'm a little surprised Hillsdale didn't let that clock run down to the very end.
I was too.
But the bottom line is right now it's 34-31. Hillsdale, they got a second chance at a field goal after McGreevy's 35-yard attempt was blocked. A running into the kicker penalty called on Grand Valley State. McGreevy took advantage of the second chance and he banged it in from 30 yards out. All right. Steve Grant ready to kick off with 9 seconds to go. 34-31 Hillsdale. And here is the kick. It's going to be taken by one of the up men for Grand Valley at the 45-yard line. He tried to hit a squibber.
I don't know what that was.
It was covered up by Woolfolk.
Not a smart play, in my opinion.
Boy, oh boy, Grand Valley will have a decent chance here. They'll have at least one play, maybe two, with 8 seconds to go. Holy smokes.
I would say holy smoke. I don't know why he just didn't kick it away.
Well, that's a head scratcher right there. Bottom line, the ball is at the Hillsdale 45-yard line, and Grand Valley will have one chance here, maybe two. Like I said, it's never over with these guys.
Well, let's play prevent defense, and the Chargers have got four.
4 guys inside the 20. Parling waits for the snap, and he's back. 6, 5, 4, steps up, throws it deep. It's going to be intercepted with no time on the clock. Picked off in the end zone by the Chargers, and that will do it.
The game.
Hickson with the pick, and here comes the student section again. It's deja vu all over again.
This is unbelievable, Jimmy. The second time that we've seen this, 2 years ago, Hillsdale upset the Grand Valley State Lakers, and they've done it again here at Frank Muddy Waters Field. And as you said the last time, somewhere, Frank Muddy Waters is looking down with a big smile on his face.
And saying, good job, boys. Well, the victory margin was 3 points in 2009. Here's the last play again. 27-24 2 years ago. And tonight, 34-31, another 3-point win for the Chargers as they hand Grand Valley State their first loss in September since 2001. 37-0 in September since 2001. The last September loss for the Lakers back on September 30th of 2000 when they lost at Northern Michigan 29-28. So yet another long Grand Valley streak falls at Muddy Waters Stadium. And this is quickly becoming a house of horrors for one of the great college football programs in the country, the Lakers of Grand Valley State.
Yeah, they some of them are hanging their heads if they walk off the field, but they got nothing to hang their heads about. They came back and took the lead in this game. But the resilience of the Charger football and the coaching, what they accomplished tonight, this is going to put them back in the national picture. And this is a conference game. Last week's loss to Ferris was a non-conference situation. So right now, Hillsdale, they got one up over Grand Valley.
And, when the Hillsdale coaches go out and recruit, that's another feather in their cap as well.
Well, they had a lot of recruits here today, and those folks that came to watch the Chargers and that are being recruited, they got to be pretty excited about what they saw.
The winning field goal from 30 yards out by Colin McGreevy. Colin McGreevy, a junior from Royal Oak, was given a second chance after his first attempt from 35 yards out was blocked. They ruled that Grand Valley ran into the kicker. They moved him up 5 yards, and McGreevy was true on the second attempt with 7 seconds to go.
How about this, Jimmy? Grand Valley ran off 55 plays and 338 total yards. Hillsdale, 76 plays for 462 yards. And I'm looking here for the time of possession. Grand Valley, 25 minutes. Hillsdale, 34-45. Almost 35 minutes. That's about more than 10 minutes more. Third down conversions, Grand Valley 3 for 11, Hillsdale 6 for 16. Fourth down, Grand Valley 0 for 1, Hillsdale 3 for 4. And wow, how many yards rushing did we have here? Let's see. Rushing, 34 attempts, and Keith Otterbine's lighting up his victory cigar. Well, this is interesting. Rushing yards, 34 attempts for Grand Valley, 144 yards. Hillsdale, 48 attempts for 144 yards. So they tied on the ground for rushing yardage. I'm looking for passing here. Well, they kind of got this messed up on the passing yards, 194 for Grand Valley, 318 for Hillsdale. Joe Glendenning, 99 yards.
Yeah, he almost got us 100 yards there.
Evan Bach had 50 yards, and Anthony Mifsud had 39.
You know, I think Keith is telling his guys, it's one win, guys. It's one win, and it doesn't end here. Look at that.
Wow.
There's a fired-up coach.
Fired up Charger team, and well, they should be. And what else can you say?
What else can you say? It was another great night of college football here at Muddy Waters Stadium. You're not going to see a better college football game at any level than the show that these Lakers and Chargers put on tonight. A sensational football game. We're not just saying that because Hillsdale won. That was a terrific college football game. And you know, we were kind of talking earlier with all the scandals in the off season, Dan, especially at the big time programs. You know, with the deal at Ohio State and other places, Southern Cal. Yeah. This was college athletics, college football in its pure form tonight.
Oh, no doubt about it. You know, and congratulations to the Lakers for what a great show they put on tonight. Their coach, Matt Mitchell, I'm sure that they're going to rebound and get back on the winning track next week. I don't know who let's see. Next week they got to go at Indianapolis. Yep. And then Findlay, and then Tiffin. So they're going to have at least 2 easy games there.
Yeah, look out, Greyhounds.
Yeah, and then they got to go to Northern Michigan, and then at Lake Erie. And then Ferris State at home, Michigan Tech at home, Northwood, then Saginaw Valley. So we could end up meeting them again in the playoffs.
We could play them again come November. It's happened before.
Yes, it has.
Well, I'm just about talked out.
Me too.
And we'll see you again next week, folks. Same bat time, same bat station as the Chargers host Ashland. That'll be a 7 o'clock kick. Hope you can join us then. Once again, the final score tonight here at Muddy Waters Stadium. What a night of football. Hillsdale 34, Grand Valley State 31. For our entire crew and for Dan Beischer, I'm Jim Measel. Have a good night, everybody.